Hi everyone, my name is Tanya Lair. I am a Ruby ambassador with Plexus Worldwide, and I wanted to get on today and talk to you guys a little bit about my favorite vitamin on the face of the planet. A little background on myself: I am not only a Ruby ambassador, but I am also a full-time physician assistant with a specialty in family practice, pediatrics, and internal medicine. I've been practicing medicine now for 18 years, and I love it. It's one of my passions, and health and wellness is definitely at the forefront of my practice. And I used to get sick quite often before Plexus. I would get germs from my patients all the time, and it was miserable. And a really serious illness is what led me to discovering Plexus, and you can find my video on YouTube about my testimony. But outside of the triplex, I would say that the X-Factor vitamins are actually my next favorite product that Plexus carries. So recently, X-Factor reformulated its vitamin to X-Factor Plus, and I just want to give you a little bit of background on this vitamin and why I think it's so incredible. So you're probably all sitting here thinking, I take a vitamin. What's the big deal? I can buy mine at Walmart or Costco. I even take prenatal vitamins. And I will tell you that not all vitamins are created equally. In fact, most of us that take a multivitamin, no matter what it is, even if it's prescription, we are actually excreting out about 85% of that vitamin. And the reason why is that our bodies are not created to absorb a vitamin. It's too dense, it's too hard of a material. Our body just can't break it down like it needs to be, and so we end up excreting about 85% of it into our urine, which is pretty sad, that we spend money on these vitamins and they're not really doing that much for us. And so we need a vitamin that we can actually absorb. Honestly, we were all created to eat lots of green leafy vegetables and fruit, but in today's quick hurry-up society, eating a diet like that is just not always possible. A lot of our diets are filled with junk food and things that we shouldn't consume, and that makes it harder on our bodies to get the proper nutrients that we need in our diet. And so a vitamin is essential for every single person. And so this vitamin is really amazing. This is, again, X-Factor Plus. And we have original X-Factor 2, and they're almost identical except for a few differences. So what's unique about this vitamin is that it has all of your regular vitamins that you would normally have. So it has 100% of your vitamin C that you need. It has 100% of vitamin D. It has 2,000 international units, which is what I recommend for all of my patients. And what vitamin D does is it actually improves your immune system. It decreases your risk for Alzheimer's disease and memory loss, and it decreases your risk for developing fractures. So everyone needs vitamin D. Even little kids need vitamin D because we're supposed to be able to get it from the sun, but most of us don't get that much sun exposure, and we shouldn't because it increases our risk for skin cancer. So it's kind of a catch-22. So we need to get vitamin D from our diet. This vitamin also has 100% recommended daily allowance of vitamin E, vitamin K, thiamine, riboflavin, vitamin B6, vitamin B12, and folic acid. So folic acid is something that is a really hot topic right now, and we all need folic acid. Folic acid, honestly though, has to be converted from plain folic acid to L-methylfolate so that our bodies can absorb it and use it. Well, there is a enzyme that's used to do this, MTHFR enzyme, and there is a actually larger percentage than I thought of the population that actually is deficient in this enzyme and has a gene mutation that prevents them from converting folic acid to its active form of L-methylfolate. And so what does that mean? If you're taking a regular over-the-counter multivitamin or even a prenatal vitamin that just has folic acid in it, you're not actually going to get the active form of folate. And so if you have this gene mutation, then you're not going to be able to get folic acid into your body like you need to. So folic acid is honestly responsible for decreasing your risk for Alzheimer's disease, for ADHD, and for autoimmune diseases such as lupus, rheumatoid arthritis, ulcerative colitis, and the list goes on. And it's also been linked to autism if you're deficient in folic acid and you have the MTHFR gene mutation. And so what is really, really cool about this particular form of folic acid in this vitamin is that Plexus has done something incredible, and they have made this a fully methylated vitamin, which means that folic acid is fully methylated. It's already in its active form, so you don't have to worry about it going through that pathway. And I'll be honest in telling you that prescription vitamins that I have prescribed in the past cost over $100 that do this, and this vitamin is around $20 to $30 depending on how you buy it. And so that's what's so amazing about it, is that it's not expensive. And then another cool thing about this is B12. So there's also people who have something called pernicious anemia, or people who have vitamin B12 deficiency who can't absorb B12 from their diet. And so you could be a person that eats all the meat in the world, or you could be a person that doesn't like meat and is a vegetarian and you don't get enough, and you're not getting that vitamin. And so vitamin B12 deficiency has a lot of problems associated with it. It can cause neuropathy, meaning numbness and tingling in your hands and your feet. It can cause fatigue. The list goes on. I could go on and on about what vitamin B12 deficiency can do to you. But neuropathy is a big problem, and in my practice I have found tons of patients that are actually very deficient in this vitamin. And so again, a prescription vitamin to treat this that skips that pathway so that you can absorb it is over $100. Or you can treat it with B12 injections and give yourself a shot every week. Who wants to do that? Not many people. Or you can take a fully methylated B12 vitamin, and X Factor Plus is fully methylated, so it skips that pathway. You do not have to convert the B12 into its active form. And so that's one thing that's really super cool about this vitamin, is it comes fully methylated, it's cost efficient, and it's going to help prevent so many disease processes. Let's see, I had a bunch of notes written here that I wanted to share with you guys. On to the next page. I also wanted to share a little bit about folic acid and autism. So the whole thing about folic acid being associated with autism, I have a son that was adopted from China, and we thought for the longest time that he might be autistic. We adopted him when he was 18 months old. He did not talk for a year and a half at all, did not even say mama. We put him in a speech therapy and all kinds of things to try to help him, and nothing was working. And he made no eye contact. He would look over here and look over there. And finally, after I had been on Plexus and had such amazing results, I decided to put him on X Factor vitamins and our probiotic. And 1 month after being on this X Factor vitamin and our probiotic, I kid you not, it makes me choked up to talk about it, he started talking. He started saying mama. About 6 weeks after he was on it, he started talking in sentences and then paragraphs, and it was just medically unexplainable. And the only thing that I had done differently was add in these products. And I can't deny that that's probably most likely what helped him. And that's just incredible to me because, you know, I can't imagine him not being on these vitamins. He also has a lot of other medical problems. He has something called Bacterial Association. Feel free to research it if you'd like. But it makes him more susceptible to upper respiratory illnesses and all kinds of things. And since he has been on these products, he's been on them for 2 years now. He's had 2 episodes of illness, and they lasted for less than a week each one. So that's pretty incredible. So anyway, huge fan of this vitamin. Another thing that's unique about this vitamin, remember how I talked about we weren't able to absorb vitamins, our regular traditional vitamins? Well, Plexus has fixed that problem because they have added aloe to this vitamin. So prior to Plexus, even as a healthcare provider, I had no clue what aloe could do for you or the benefits of it. But since Plexus, I have learned a lot. So aloe actually increases the absorption of the nutrients in the vitamin and the nutrients that you eat in your food by up to 300%. So we no longer have to worry about excreting all of that vitamin into our urine if we take a vitamin that's got aloe in it. Aloe also has powerful antioxidants in it. It has something called adaptogens in it too, which means it boosts your body's ability to adapt to environmental damage and also helps to fight illness. Again, me being exposed to patients that are very, very sick, every bodily fluid that you could possibly imagine I've come in contact with. And again, I don't get it because I'm taking this incredible vitamin along with the triplex. So let's see. Okay, yes, aloe also helps to detox the body, and you hear a lot about an alkaline environment, that is so important these days, and because it reduces your chances for cancer and also other disease processes, it doesn't allow them to manifest themselves as well. And so aloe actually makes your environment more alkaline. In America, our diets are mostly acidic, and so acidic diets are bad, and they allow bad things to grow and overtake our bodies. And so an alkaline-rich environment is super important, and aloe does that. Aloe also helps the cardiovascular health and reducing stress. And you know how when you're a kid, your mom or dad probably broke off an aloe vera plant and put it on your sunburn when you got burnt. Well, if you ingest aloe, it actually helps improve skin conditions like eczema and psoriasis. I actually used to have eczema really bad on my feet and my arms, which is crazy because I don't have dry skin anywhere else. But it really has improved since getting on this vitamin. My skin has gotten so much better. And so huge skin properties associated with aloe. Let's see, aloe also reduces inflammation. Oh, and aloe has been studied to possibly help with weight loss as well because it detoxes the body. And if you detox the body, that helps with weight loss. So that is just some really awesome properties about aloe. What this vitamin X Factor Plus has, so we used to have just plain X Factor and now we have X Factor Plus. What's different about X Factor Plus is it has all that stuff I just mentioned, which was in the original X Factor, but now they've also added all the essential minerals that we need. So it now has zinc, selenium, copper, manganese, and chromium in it, which is awesome because we need all of those minerals. And then they've really increased the amount of grapeseed extract. And so grapeseed extract has been studied. There was actually several double-blind placebo-controlled trials, which is exactly the kind of medical trial you want to do to make sure that the study is accurate and not biased. It lasted for 8 weeks. And the one that I'm talking about, they gave it to patients that were female in the age range of 40 to 60. And some of these patients were going through perimenopausal or postmenopausal symptoms with hot flashes and mood swings and irritability and high blood pressure starts sometimes at that age as well, just really start to go up. And what they found is these women who took this grapeseed extract actually had improvement in their hot flashes. Like most of their hot flashes actually went away, and their mood improved, and so they weren't having these mood swings like they have whenever your hormones start fluctuating a lot, and their blood pressure actually improved. So that's also really, really cool. And then another thing this vitamin has in it is black currant extract, which has been shown to actually really improve your cholesterol. So it helps to lower your total cholesterol, increase your HDL, which is your good cholesterol, lower your LDL, which is your bad cholesterol, and lower your triglycerides. So as you can see, this vitamin is incredible. It is the bomb.com. I feel like every single person on the face of the planet should be on this to boost your immune system and to help with so many things. I have my kids on this vitamin. So, even though it's not necessarily technically approved for children, I give it to my kids who can swallow pills. Healthcare provider here, completely safe, no issues with it whatsoever. And I even have children who have chronic medical problems, who have blood work done every 4 weeks, and their labs are fine. So that just shows you how safe it is. And those 2 girls are age 4 and 6. So completely safe, seriously. So I give it to the kids who can swallow pills. My youngest, though, I used to, before they came out with a chewable that had a probiotic in it, I would open this capsule up and put it in yogurt for her, which is kind of gross, if I'm being honest. She was a good sport about it, and she did it, but she did not enjoy it. So I'm so excited, though, too, because they've come out with the X Factor for kids. So this just came out a couple months ago at Leaders Retreat, and what's really awesome about this is it's got everything in it that the adult X Factor has in it, but it also has probiotics in it that are specially formulated for kids. And it tastes really good. It tastes like a sweet tart. I just ate one to see what it tastes like. I hadn't actually tasted it. My kids have all tasted it, but I hadn't. And I like it. It tastes good. I would eat it. I mean, it tastes like candy. And it is all natural, all plant-based. There's nothing in it that's bad. There's none of that stuff like you have to worry about with gummy vitamins and all that. And there's no sugar in it whatsoever. And so this is really, really good for your kids. And so my youngest, Maylee, instead of having to mix that X Factor Plus into yogurt, I give her this now, and she's very thankful. She loves it. And she begs me for it every night. And when she can start swallowing pills, I'll probably switch her over to pills just because it's easier to order one product for everybody versus ordering two. But for now, we'll keep ordering her the kids' chewable vitamins. So that's it. I hope you've enjoyed this video and you learned something from it. And we'll talk to you soon. Bye.